I gotta say, I think Melanie Mack was right about the trappings of the big tent that the RNC kind of tried to do during this latest Trump presidential run. To be honest, I didn't really care because he won and maybe it was worth it. Maybe it brought extra votes, but it also brought a lot of what appear to be grifters. Female, there are plenty of male grifters. Just look at whoever received a binder that day, that fateful day. But over the past several days, the housewives of MAGA have been showing their true colors on social media, and it is absolutely bonkers to see them saying this stuff out loud. They were never conservative. They were never MAGA. They were feminists since the beginning. A lot of people try to tell me about that. A lot of people said, Jeremy, you're giving these people you're simping for them. You're being fooled. You're being tainted by their octopus ink. And I didn't listen, but they were right. And this whole week has, Andrew Wilson tried to tell me. But it turns out a simple engagement ring has revealed the entire fake facade of the cute MAGA girl. So this individual, Sarah Stock, who she's been on my live stream show once before. You should follow it. It's if you're a YouTube only viewer, it's over at Quartering Live, one word, or it's every day on Rumble. Seems like a nice girl, nice young, pretty blonde girl. Seems to be conservative. So she put out a picture saying that she had won, that she had got engaged. The original post was here. She posted, I won, and apparently hoes got mad. I don't think, a lot of people saying, Isabella Maria DeLuca tried to shame her by saying the ring was small. Now, in interest of full transparency, Isabella did email me and say, hey, I wasn't responding directly to Sarah. I was responding to someone else. But when I look at her evidence that she sent, she's literally still calling the ring small, which is weird. A wedding ring is one of the stupidest things you'll ever spend money on. A wedding is one of the stupidest things you can spend money on. Every fiscally non-crazy person who's married will tell you that they pissed away too much money on a wedding. When I got married, we basically broke even. So all those people that gave us all those gifts to help us get a good start to life, it was nothing. We basically cleared like $500 after paying for everything for the wedding. And then a day after the wedding, our garage door got waterlogged because it was an old wooden door and it broke, and we were right back on the credit cards. If we had had a smaller wedding or a cheaper wedding, we would have had a nice little nest egg, which is what you're supposed to do, which is what weddings are supposed to be. So this chick says, hey, I have a ring, a ring, and apparently that's making people mad. Now, I'm not noticing a lot of these women who are going after this Sarah Stock person. I don't see rings on any of their fingers. So I hate to be that guy and be that reductive, but literally hoes mad. None of these women who are commenting on her are saying, the size of a ring, like that doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. And this is one of the reasons fewer people are getting married. People are getting pressured to overspend on rings, weddings, dresses, and parties. Getting married is supposed to be about love, not impressing family, friends, and girls on X. I agree. W take from Jake Shields. It is so weird. These people are actual leftists. And it is so weird how they're melting down about it. I don't really understand who cares about another person's wedding ring. Then we have this individual take from another person, Emily Saves America, who is also, in my opinion, a fake MAGA, fake conservative grifter, who tweeted out this. I think right now, because the news cycle is winding down, the MAGA persona, it only has, it has a finite expiration date. You're seeing a lot of these cockroaches trying to change their colors. So she tweeted, it's going to be hard to be a trad wife talking about taking a shot at this girl, apparently. When your man can't even afford a ring, how do you expect to have a house, land, multiple kids? Be effing for real. I hope you enjoy working. Sorry, I'm MIA in the Hamptons. Now, I don't know if this woman is married. I don't think she is. Because then she posted her own tweet and then followed it up by doubling down more and saying, conservative men need to stop being broke and gaslighting women like we don't deserve diamonds and rings. You don't. Nobody deserves that. Anybody will tell you that, unless you're a multimillionaire, right? It's like, do you want a modest ring and like to pay off your car or your student loans? Or do you want a huge ring that you can use, which is obviously compensating for something? Now, I'm not saying having a big wedding ring automatically means a woman's compensating, but if you care about it, it does. If you have some husband that's got a great job and he wants to buy you a huge rock, cool. But if you expect it, demand it, and judge others by the size of the piece of worthless jewelry doesn't matter. Did you know that De Beers controls basically all the diamond mines and controls the price of diamonds by applying fake scarcity? They're not even scarce. She goes, you want me to give up my job, my career, my financial independence, push multiple babies out, cook clean, be loyal, and be a loving feminine wife forever, and y'all can't even afford a nice ring for us? GTFO, just admit y'all literally don't like women. Well, I don't like this woman. I mean, I don't know why you would crazy double down like this, but she seems like she's a feminist, even though she tries to be. She probably follows me, and I'm sure she's going to get mad about this, and I couldn't care less. Like, these women are all grifters, and they're being caught. You're going to see a lot of the men, too. You're going to see a lot of the men getting outed. And then we have this individual. Who's this other woman? So she's got a wife. Emily Wilson slams trad wives. I mean, I don't really care about that. This is about these stupid MAGA girls. Where's this? This other blonde chick. Where's this other? Yeah, wait. Here it is. The fight started when Sarah Stock shared a photograph in her hand at a field of flowers showing off a new engagement ring. Wilson was among a series of Trump fans who attacked her for the ring size, saying it's going to be hard to be a trad wife when your man can't even afford a ring. That's this is Emily Wilson, apparently. So is that Emily Saves America? I don't really think she's saving anything by being a twat, but that's neither here nor there. Another mega social star, Morgan Ariel, jumped in, making the appalling claim that Wilson was involved in a lewd act with a man in a hotel lobby during an event held by a conservative organization, Turning Point USA. Wilson vehemently denied the claim and told the Daily Mail that Ariel was mistaken and that she was merely, quote, sitting on someone's lap at the event. She's just mad because she will never be on the mainstream networks. That's a very leftist reply. And by the way, I cannot confirm or deny this, but many credible people who seem to always have a lot of the dirt, like Milo, for example, claim that she was at a TP USA event getting finger blasted in front of like kids in a hotel lobby. Now, I was not there, nor was I doing said blasting, so I cannot confirm or deny if it happened, but I can tell you that I have been to many of these events, and this type of stuff goes on. People get all these fake influencers come in, then they're never really conservative in the first place. There's all sorts of men cheating on their wives, women cheating on their husbands, premarital hookups, drugs. There's a reason that Grindr crashed during the RNC, right? There is a lot of people who are fake. And these women, like, I don't understand why you would, you dress like that and you say you're a conservative. You said this Isabella DeLuca also piled onto the massive feud, responding with her own ex post saying, why is it so small? These women are just awful. They're just awful. And by the way, hashtag not all woman during my live show today. Again, make sure you go subscribe to Quartering Live, linked in the description. Or if you just YouTube Quartering Live, one word, it should be coming up now. Melanie Mack and Hannah Claire Bimlo both agreed. And I, as a man who purchased a wedding ring, agreed that, like, okay, if I got remarried now, would I buy a bigger ring for my wife? Yes. But did it matter at the time? No. We actually picked it out together, and like we set a budget and we did the best we could with the budget we had. And as I've gotten older, like at our 10-year anniversary, I was like, hey, do you want to swap out the stone for a bigger stone? You know, trade it in on a bigger stone. She didn't even want to do that, even though we had the money. So like the right woman doesn't care about the size of the ring. That's, you know, it's just very, very cringe. Emily Saves America, fighting for common sense. She's still on this ring thing. August 6th. I'm so jealous. And it's an Etsy ring. Who cares? It's a symbol. Just because you might only be able to afford 50 or 60 bucks, that doesn't mean you, first of all, even if you could afford more, why waste money on a wedding ring? Sovereign Bra says whether it's 70, 700, 7,000 doesn't matter. She has one, you don't. Lesson there. We know, and it's discussing repent and pipe down. So these women have been getting dragged. Here's Morgan Ariel. You give it up for free, ho. Might want to sit this one out. I don't really know. Oh, I think she might be talking about this other thing. Then, of course, Pearl Davis tries to climb in and gets absolutely decimated. Morgan, you're a single mother with a public video admitting you have HPV. You might want to sit this one out. Morgan, you enjoy black dong and probably have AIDS. I mean, this is not a conservative talking. This is not somebody that I want representing the MAGA movement. TPUSA kicked me out of their organization and blacklisted me because I exposed Israel and the Talmud right after October 7th. I mean, and then she posts a thirst trap. These are not women you want in your political movement. These are Jezebels pretending to care. The whole thing, you know, it is very, very, and here's Pearl Davis talking. Like Pearl Davis too, like she's not married. None of these women who are having mentee bees or meltdowns or whatever, none of them are married. They all look pathetic and vile, and you shouldn't be paying attention to any of them. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below. We'll talk to you again real soon.